Welcome to Let's Bike. The bike industry is scamming us and we are paying for it. $300 for a helmet, $70 for gloves, $4,000 for a bike. Sometimes these prices go even higher. I've seen bikes for 13 grand and I'm sure they go much higher than that. It felt to me like when I wanted to buy a bike, I was priced out. And I'm sure a lot of us are or feel that way. And then we're also told that if we want a smoother, rider, lighter, faster ride, we need to add all these things to it, which come at a premium cost. Now, the price of road bikes has doubled in the last 10 years, and entry-level gear is priced at premium prices. Why? Because cycling brands figure out how to turn passion into profit. Materials haven't really changed much. Aluminum is aluminum, carbon is still carbon, and some are worth more than others. And that doesn't make sense. They sell us identity. You're not buying a saddle, you're buying speed, you're buying status and belonging into the cult of cyclists. But more than anything, they know we'll pay for it. They've gotten me a couple times with Specialized branded gloves. They were on sale. They get you. You just want to be a part of the group, but it's upsetting. Though in the past, the only way I figured that I would get a nice bike to go exploring or bike packing or anything like that is if I spent $100 on a Target bike. I mean, these days, I'm sure can't even find $100 bikes at Target. And I'm not trying to shame Walmart or Target, of course, because when I was a chiquilla, that's all my parents could afford. Budget-friendly options from those stores, there's no shame in it. A bike's a bike. But as an adult, I would want to go way further than just around the block or exploring around town. And most of those options that'll keep you safe, that have good material that you can trust, are upwards of $700. Maybe for a really bare one, $500. But right now, it's really not a good time to be spending that kind of money, unless you have it. I don't. I know there's a lot of other expenses. So for most people, a lot of people, really doesn't make sense to spend $1,000 on a bike. I'm sure they have housing or food or like other things they have to be spending on. Those companies make you feel like you need clip-in shoes, $200 gear to fit in to their mold of what cyclists or the cycling community is. So you need money to even be a part of these groups. When I saw that Walmart stepped it up with a decent little gravel bike, honestly, it made more sense than splurging all this money on or thousands of dollars on a bike. I'd rather have a few bikes that are decent so that I can invite more people on bike rides with me, family, friends, whatever, that they don't have a bike, than spending $1,000 or a yearly salary on something that could get stolen in a second. These brands use scarcity, fear of missing out to push upgrades too. If you're serious, you'll buy this. Sound familiar? This will help you ride better. An electronic derailleur, this will make your bike better, ride better, or I don't know, probably record something. But if it dies, oh well, you're stuck. I'm really not sure how those work. I'm pretty sure this guy on a bike pack trip on my very first one had one of those, which I didn't even know was a thing, and I still don't know quite what it does. But it died. And then he was stuck having to use his own pedaling power to get to where we were going. And we weren't even halfway. So I don't see a point to it if you have to charge it. And they're usually like $300-$400. At least the ones I've looked at. And if anything, 100 and up. Still sounds like a lot of money to me for something that's useful to you a couple of hours. Maybe. Then if you don't charge it or forget to, guess it's useless to you. But here's the kicker. You're not paying just with money. You're paying with shame, comparison, and burnout. Especially new riders, women, people from marginalized communities. We don't fit into this mold because we can't afford it. Cycling should be for joy, for movement, for freedom. not gatekeeping. But the industry profits on making us feel like we're never enough. But here's how you fight back. You buy used. Buying used can get you the best bang for your buck. You just got to make sure that you check it out and know what you're looking for so that you don't buy a dud. I don't trust myself. So I have only bought one bike and it was too high for me. Other than that, it would have been a perfect bike. But if you get a really good bike that's your size, that is good quality, you may have only paid half. I see it as a great thing. Good for the environment, and less bikes end up in the landfills. Support indie brands. We really only hear about these big bike brands, but what about the smaller, lesser known ones? These brands might even be priced better because they want to get their name out there. They just want you to buy their bike. So why not give them a try? They may be even better or more aesthetically pleasing than these $1,000 bikes for that price. Honestly, when I was looking for my first bike, I was looking for an indie brand because I didn't think I could afford a expensive branded one. Share honest reviews. Let others know about the awesome deals you have. These deals that you've purchased and you're like, man, this bike is awesome. This helmet is great and it's budget friendly. It'll protect your head and do everything, but it's not $100, you know? I had heard about these Walmart budget gravel bikes and they've made me want to try them. Great bang for your buck. Under $500, I'm in. You'd be a sucker not to at least want to try it out. My thing is, I would be sad if this $300 bike got stolen when I'm at a bar hanging out. But also, they're so cheap that you could just buy another one. Probably wouldn't be the next day, but you know, it's not $1,000. Ride with pride, no matter what gear you have. Yes, there are some things that could make your ride smoother, faster, whatever works for you. Look for budget-friendly options that don't break the bank if you don't have all this excess of money like me. Wear what you want and what works for you. It's not your fault cycling bibs and jerseys can cost an eyeball. They're not meant for you. Get them on sale or online. If you feel like you need it or you want to try it out, I've invested in some. I've also invested in some thermal ones. Got them on sale, of course. Would never think to spend $100, $200 on these things. And then you don't have to throw $100 at the one cycling jersey you wear every day because you've thrown all your money at that. Your worth isn't measured in watts or wheel sets or whatever they track. It's in the miles you ride and the joy that you reclaim. If this at home, share it, tag a friend who's tired of all the hype, and drop your favorite budget-friendly gear in the comments. Let's build a cycling culture that's real, inclusive, and unapologetically joyful. 2 wheels, 0 apologies. Let's bike.